Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center. The only day I'm going to be at Radio Center. Next 4, we're going to be out in Kansas City, Missouri, where the National Association of Farm Broadcasters are going to be having their annual meeting, and we'll be broadcasting live from there Wednesday through Friday of this week. Really looking forward to seeing a lot of fellow farm broadcasters out in that part of the country, as well as all across the United States. There's about 180 of us all together. And not only do we enjoy each other's company, but we do accomplish a lot of work. And by that, I mean figuring out what message, what information we need to pass along to broadcasters. So we'll be talking a lot about that over the next few days, and obviously talking a lot of politics, but in a positive way, because now we have a direction that we're going to be looking at, and hopefully a lot of folks that are either moving out of the Senate and the House, or those moving in, have a little bit more of an appreciation for agriculture and some of the things that need to be done, and in particular the Farm Bill legislation, which has been sitting for a long time, not touched. Hopefully something will get done. And I know a lot of interest groups are really pushing to have a farm bill done by the end of the year. So we'll just have to see how all of that shakes out. Right now, speaking of shaking out, Matthew, we not only had quite a bit of precipitation to talk about in some areas, but really strong gusty winds.
So, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 53. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 55. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 52. We have west winds at 14, gusting up to 24 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.68, and it's steady.
By the time we move into the afternoon, we are going to see a cold front drop down through the entire lower peninsula, and along with it, some very strong gusty winds once again. We're going to be looking at wind gusts of close to 40 miles per hour coming out of the west, and then eventually out of the northwest, gusting to close to that later on this afternoon and into the evening hours. That wind after midnight will be dying down just a little bit. Our high temperature for the day is very possibly the one that we're looking at right now that Matthew read, looking in the upper peninsula where the front is sitting and actually has moved through. It's positioned over the straits back into Minnesota and the Dakotas. The upper peninsula, a lot of locations now are reporting, well, Iron Mountain 39, Houghton is 35, Ironwood is 35, Copper Harbor is 40, Sawyer Gwinn is at 37, Escanaba 42, Menominee 43, Munising 42, and the Sioux is currently sitting at 45, Newberry 40, and Kinross at 42. Much milder around these parts, and of course along the Lake Michigan shoreline. That's where we're seeing our warmest temperatures right now. Battle Creek, Benton Harbor, Muskegon, and South Haven all coming in at 57 degrees. Precipitation values at least a half inch over a good portion of the lower peninsula, the Great Lakes Bay area. Some of you picking up a little bit more last evening, but again, the big story was the winds. We did see wind gusts of upwards of 50 miles per hour in a number of reporting stations, and unofficial reports of close to 60 miles per hour. We did see a possible tornado in the Holly, Michigan area. And then, of course, back by Ithaca, southwest of Ithaca, there were tornado warnings up. So that's one thing that's kind of unusual, but the month of November is notorious for being very windy and also very cloudy. As we mentioned before, on average, out of the 30 days of the month, 22 are usually mostly cloudy skies with no sunshine at all. It's living up to that right now, and it does appear as though we're going to see plenty of clouds as we move through the remainder of the day, and again, the winds. So My guess is pretty close to as warm as we're going to get. We'll drop down into the low 40s later on this afternoon. Skies will clear off tonight. We're looking for a low of 33. Sun will set this evening at 5:15, rise tomorrow morning at 7:27. Sunshine tomorrow with a light northeast breeze, so nice change. 47 is about as warm as we're going to get. That's actually about a degree cooler than normal. Normal is 48 for this time of the year. 28 is what we're looking at for a low tomorrow night with a light northeast and east breeze. During the day on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies, but then clouds later. We'll warm up again, 52 for a high, 41 for a low. Pretty good chance of rain shower activity on Wednesday night moving into the day on Thursday. Thursday's high, 52. Thursday's low, 40. And then things should be clearing off as we move into the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're looking at partly cloudy skies, maybe a few more clouds around on Sunday, and milder. We're going to be looking at low to mid 50s, if not upper 50s by Sunday as we finish off the work week. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We got a full stable of folks to talk to today. Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They are your Dairyland seed dealer, carrying a full line of corn and endless soybean seed, proven weed control designed to get you a better harvest. Right now, they've got a good supply of all Dairyland varieties, and they've got special rates going on too, so check it out. The all-new Vorseed and PowerCore Enlist traded corn hybrids are available right now at Freeland Bean and Grain. So just get a hold of Justin Varner for more information. Dairyland Seed, we've got seed with your name on it from your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983. Where serving you is their business. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Cody, what are we looking at on the board right now?
Good morning, guys. Well, I wish I had some good news today, but we seem to have kind of complete opposite of that here today. We're kind of down across the board. Corn, soybeans, wheat definitely getting hit hard this morning after a report on Friday.
Yeah, I see the wheat's really taking it hard right now.
Yeah, and kind of like what we were talking about Friday, Terry, it seems like, this report last Friday really wasn't, had kind of a little fanfare for the wheat market, and it quickly turned its attention to Mother Nature. And it seems like the rain that we got this past week was definitely described as really good for Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. And everyone's really thinking that benefited all week kind of across the countryside as that storm cell moved even into our neck of the woods over the weekend. So wheat market really flipped to some weather watching. In addition to that, Australian and Argentinian wheat harvest is moving ahead really nicely. Everything's kind of looking good in the wheat world per se, which is really putting some pressure on the market.
Well, I guess. So what do you have on the board right now, Cody?
Yeah, right now we got cash wheat. That's down 16 at the moment. 547 on the white, 472 on the red. New crop 2025 wheat, that's also down 16. 589 on the white, 504 on the red. And then look over at cash and new crop corn, that's down 3 at 353, and then cash and new crop soybeans are down 7 at 928.
You have a good day. Much better than the markets, okay?
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, Cody. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. Over to Doug Klein we go. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, making agricultural loans since 1895. Thumb Bank helps you to stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation. They've got locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region as well. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust, equal opportunity lender, and member FDIC. And by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Very competitive prices, quality parts and service. They've been doing it for more than 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, they're open till 11 p.m. Monday through Friday. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
What a day already.
Oh, boy.
Well, the Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ all hit new highs today. Currently, the Dow's holding up about 0.8%. S&P is 0.18%. And the NASDAQ 100 is actually down 0.17%. So it's complete dichotomy. One's doing extremely well and the other's so-so. Crude oil's getting hit for about $2 today. So that's a little bit tough for the Saudis. The dollar is up 0.5% today, so that's continuing to gain strength, and that's probably some of the reason that the commodities are getting hit a bit today. Precious metals are getting smacked around a bit, about 2.7% on gold and silver, so that's a hard hit. Newmont is down about $16 in 3 weeks, from 58 to about 42. So, the miners really take it on the chin. Dow Chemical hit a new low today. All the marijuana stocks, the ETF that represents them, back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when it was going to be, the next best thing, they're all hitting new lows today. Along with the solar, everything in solar is getting beat, and the ETFs that represent that are getting beat. NextEra Partners, again, hit a new low today. They're not, solar, obviously. Moderna hit a new low today. That was a hot ticket a couple of years ago, not so much anymore. BP, British Petroleum, they hit a new low. Beyond Meat hit a new low today again. And again, that was a hot ticket 2 years ago and not anymore. GM hit a new high. Tesla hit a new high today. They're up 20-some bucks today. So that's, like I said, a hot ticket. Bristol Myers hit a new high today. That's drugs, obviously. One of their competitors failed in their Alzheimer's drug. So they're going great guns to $60 a share. And I heard a report unsubstantiated, let's say, that the X9 combines are used running under $400,000 on some auctions. So that's quite a beating, because they were in the neighborhood of $800,000 a few years ago.
I was going to say that was like 50% lower.
A beating. So
wow.
In addition to getting really hurt on your commodities that you're selling, if you're trying to offload your combine, it could be ugly. So anyway, just what I heard. I don't know if that's substantiated or not, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate. All right, so here's your numbers. December corn, 427 3/4, down 3 1/4. March corn, 440 1/4, down 4. The January soybeans, 1023 1/4, down 7. March soybeans, 1035 1/4, down 8 1/4. December wheat, 556 1/4, down 16 1/4, and March wheat, 571 1/2, down 16. Crude oil is 68.21, down $2.17. Heating oil is 219.51, down 4.5 cents. Gasoline is 196.75. That's also down 4.5 cents. And I did see the 270s over the weekend. So we talked about this a couple of months ago that we would see that, and lo and behold, it actually happened. Natural gas is 314.5. That's up 22 cents, 7%. But I also read over the weekend that the Henry Hub, that's in Texas, was at $1.03 for over 1 million BTUs, and that is like a 25-year low for the Henry hub, and that the Louisiana hub, which is called the Wawa hub, is negative. You can have your natural gas, and we'll pay you to take it. So sort of interesting, but in New York, 314. So, if you got a truck, maybe you can make some money. I don't know. But anyway, over to currencies. Canadian dollar. The U.S. dollar buys $1.3916 Canadian. That's up about 8 ticks. The dollar buys 153.81 yen. That's up 118 ticks. The euro's at 106.52, down 66 ticks, and that was something like 20 or 30 week low for the euro. And the dollar's at 105.52, up 52 ticks. Gold's at 26.24.30, down $70.50. Silver's 30.63, down 82 cents. Platinum is at 966.20, down $9. And copper's at 425, down 5.5 cents.
Doug, you have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay, see ya.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by Don Morris Seeds. Predictability in farming is next to impossible. Well, Pivot Bio provides a more reliable, more predictable source of nitrogen. It delivers nitrogen directly to the plant throughout the growing season because it adheres directly to the root. Pivot Bio does not wash away in the rain, so plant more predictability next season with Pivot Bio. For more information, Don Morris has got it, 989-239-2791, or get a hold of Allie Teal, 989-780-3770 to get Pivot Bio products on your operation. When we return, Kevin Messing will be joining us from Michigan Sugar, but first this.
Innovation is transforming sugar beet farming. At Beta Seed, we're using advances in science to optimize the potential of every seed you plant. Our state-of-the-art breeding and testing process takes up to 10 years. It's the only way to ensure the hybrid your Beta Seed rep recommends has the best traits to manage disease and drive yields for this region and your farm. It's what we call next-gen breeding for next-gen confidence. Learn more at betaseed.com. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
Imagine a force so powerful it can move mountains. One propelled by a group of individuals with a shared purpose. That's what makes the agricultural industry different. The unstoppable spirit that binds us. We cultivate innovation and unite under a shared purpose, all in the pursuit of progress. Since 1937, Bex has sought to honor God each day in our commitment to help farmers succeed and leave a lasting mark on the world around us. We look forward to standing beside you for seasons to come, working as one to become unstoppable together.
Joining us now, Kevin Messing with Michigan Sugar Company. Kevin's report brought to you by Foster Blue Water Oil and Blue Flame Propane. Kevin, good morning.
Morning, Terry. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad. How we doing on the harvest here? Are we winding up pretty quickly now, or a little bit of a delay?
We're getting there. We had a little delay. Warmed up a little bit on Sunday here, and we took the cautious approach and shut down. Weather forecast changed on us, so maybe we could have kept going, but the windy day today, dumping long trailers in this wind isn't always the safest thing either. So we're closed today, but we'll open up first thing tomorrow morning and get going again.
Yeah, that sounds great. And of course, the digging is going a little bit better now.
Yeah, I actually had a few growers comment in the last week that they're currently digging in the best soil conditions they've had all year because they finally have some soil moisture to work with and help those beets move through the lifter and keep things going without chipping too bad.
So at this stage of the game, how far are we into the harvest? How much do you think we've got left?
Yeah, so my numbers, Terry, I think we're creeping up on 87% of our acres harvested. That leaves, just under 15% left to come in, and probably another 600,000 ton to bring in yet. So we're getting there. Couple good days running this week, and we're going to be knocking on the door by the end of the week, I think.
What have you heard as far as sugars go? What's the latest number there?
Really good. So we've been stable. We haven't seen a real high peak yet come through permanent pile, but about a week or two prior to starting, we started to see some high numbers in that 280, 290 range, and that stayed really consistent. I know in the east here, growers I've worked with, we're seeing 280 to 310 pretty consistently for pack numbers. I know you move towards Seawean and some of the central area, there's growers higher numbers yet. So we're seeing some fantastic sugars this year, partially thanks to our dry weather.
Yeah. So at this stage of the game, we're just about there. If we can get Mother Nature to cooperate with some cooler weather, we should be able to really move in on that last, 15%, huh?
Yeah. I would think by the end of this week, we are hopefully going to be down to our last maybe 5% to come in, and those may take a little while, but we're getting there in quickly.
Kevin, always good to talk. We really appreciate it. We'll look forward to talking to you again next week. All righty?
All right. Thank you, Terry.
You bet. Kevin Messing with Michigan Sugar. Foster Blue Water Oil can easily accomplish your fuel, propane, lubricants, diesel exhaust fluid, and all your energy needs under one roof. So check it out. Find out what they can do for you by going to fosteroil.com or call today and learn more about how they can best serve you. Along with us right now, Eric Sawatsky.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. And Eric, in light of the election and how everything turned out, what are you suggesting as far as our tax planning goes?
Yeah, Terry, at least we have a direction that we expect tax policy to go. So in the short term, when we're doing planning for year end, we're a little less urgent as far as being concerned about rates going up next year. Some of our tax deductions and things we thought may expire. We're not as concerned about those things in the short term. So that may ease some of the urgency on planning for this year end. Going forward, we know that at least what's been proposed by the Republicans is that we will at least extend the current tax rates, which would mean no increases to individual tax rates or corporate tax rates. And a big one is the estate tax. We were going to see a reduction from 14 million of exemption on an estate all the way down to somewhere between 5 and 7 million. So that's a big relief as far as planning for estates. We'll still have to wait and see what happens with some of the other things proposed, like no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security. We'll see what Congress actually goes forward with. And then the big one is depreciation. We've had this 100% bonus depreciation for a number of years, and that's slowly phasing out. So whenever we're buying new equipment, we're now a lot more limited on how much of that we can deduct in the year of purchase. For this year, it's 60%, and next year it's scheduled to go down to 40%. So it'll be interesting to see if the new Congress decides to bring back 100% bonus depreciation, which would allow you to expense the full purchase price in year one. That's a big bonus in some cases for businesses and definitely would spur on investment. So it'll be interesting to see what develops on those, but in the short term, we're a little less concerned about major changes in the short term that we've got to worry about for year end.
Good advice. Eric, we really appreciate it. We'll talk to you again, okay?
Okay, Terry. Thanks.
You bet. Eric Sawatsky with Yo and Yo Accounting. We'll be right back.
Like you, we never settle. There's more sugar, in fact, better sugar in every seed we sow. For more than a century, we put innovation to work in the service of growers who plant Crystal brand sugar beet seed. With varieties developed especially for your growing area, you can be confident your success is always our top priority. This season, and for seasons to come, choose a seed partner who shares your priorities.
The beauty of a family farm is that everyone pitches in to get things done. There is nothing like the smell of a sugar beet field during harvest or a meal served off the tailgate of a pickup. This is Peter Maxwell, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this season. Please encourage your crews to be cautious with field work and drive safely as they deliver this crop. You've built an impressive legacy, one that is certainly worth protecting. Thanks again for your continued business.
ACH Seeds, growing with you.
Hate having to choose between price, service, and quality? Well, at Forward Energy, you don't have to. For 100 years, we've been delivering all three. Get great propane prices, reliable service, and quality you can trust. Plus, over 90% of our customers would recommend us to their friends and family. Don't compromise. Choose the home heat company that gives you more for less. Forward Energy, Michigan's preferred propane and home heat provider since 1925.
Attention farmers! With winter just around the corner, now's the time to plan ahead. Allen's Equipment is offering post-harvest deals to service your New Holland equipment before it's stored for the season. From tractors, sprayers, combines, and choppers, their certified technicians have you covered. Stop by Allen's Equipment in McBain, Beal City, or Ithaca for savings on parts, service, and equipment sales. Get ahead of the game now so you're ready to roll when the next season arrives. Allen's Equipment, your trusted partner in all things New Holland.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. We now conclude our program with a very special playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton,